Good morning, traders. This is a Webull 5.0 tutorial / live trade recap. I took 3 trades this morning with Webull 5.0. We're going to go over all those trades, but I'm also going to try to give you a bit of a tutorial here. I'll do a more formal tutorial once I get the hang of things a little bit better, but I've already learned a lot about this new version, and I think I could offer a lot of help. First of all, let's go over which version it is, and you might already be wondering, like, why does this thing look black? I got the new version and it's blue. Click on this little settings icon, general, and right here I set it to black immediately because once you go black, you never go back. I don't like the blue version. It's a little soft looking for me. I prefer the high contrast. And then white, you know, if you want to go blind, you can set that to white. So that's that. So let's go back to the markets page. And the one thing I'm doing that you may not, have access to is I am using the old version of Webull on my laptop for this screener, but you can get the screener to look almost identical to this on 5.0 very easily, and I'll show you how to do that. The only difference that I haven't seen the ability to do on the 5.0 is just to have this number list down here on the left side or over here on the left side. So you know that I look at the top 10 stocks organized by volume, so it's very useful to have that number list there. But, if you don't have that, you can just count to 10 and maybe highlight the 10th one and okay, I'm only going to look at those top 10 stocks. It's not that big of a deal. But anyway, so top gainers, here's where you select one day or pre-market if you're trading in the pre-market, or after hours if you're trading in the after hours, so on and so forth. And now, if you want this to be larger, or maybe you have 2 screens or 3 screens or whatever, you want to move it to another screen, click on these little 3 dashes, detach tops, and now you can drag it anywhere, right? And I'm going to close this now and watch what happens. I close it. Uh-oh, it's gone. I just ruined the markets page. Webull sucks. I can't get the top gainers list back up. No, it's not that difficult. Look, go up here to the top tab, add widget. So I just did a right click, top gainers and losers. Boom, there it is. You can drag it around, put it wherever you want it. Everything is back to normal. Once you maximize this thing, then that gives you the ability to customize it. You can move the volume over or whatever you want to move over to any position on this. You could probably even take the symbol. No, I guess these are stuck. These are frozen, but anything over here on the left, or sorry, to the right of symbol and name will be able to move around anywhere you want on this screener. So that's it. And if you want to switch to pre-market or after hours when you're in this maximized view, you can do that as well. If you click on this little icon right here, restore, it goes right back to the original view. So everything is back to normal. So that's how to use the markets tab and the screener that's built into the markets tab. That's the way I use it. Now, if you watch my other live trade recaps, you know in the old version of Webull that I like to trade from the watch list. And the reason I like to trade from it is because I can click on any of the stocks in the watch list and all of my hotkeys and everything automatically go to that stock. So that's kind of nice. Now, there is a workaround that I found in Webull 5.0. I mean, it's not that big of a secret, but if you click on this stocks icon, you can have as many as 9 charts on a single page, and it's very nice too. This is actually a big improvement over the old version of Webull, because in the old version of Webull, you could have 4 charts up at a time and still see your position bubbles. And if you have any more than that, you don't know which stocks you're in. You might have seen that happen on a video I made a few days ago. So anyway, when you open up the stocks page, you're going to have probably, this was the way it looked when, let me do this here. When I opened it up, it had the chart thing up here, I believe, but it definitely had watch list, and I didn't really see any reason for having the watch list up here. If you want it, you can keep it, but if you just click on those little 3 dashes again and click minimize, it goes up into this little minimized box, and again, you can bring it back just like that. So all I really care about on this screen that you're looking at, this is on my desktop, are the charts. That's it. That's all I need to trade with. I have everything else open on my laptop with this screener. On the markets tab, and again, you could use the 5.0 version for this. So all the information I need about picking the stocks, that's open on my laptop. It looks like this. I can click on things and I can see right away what the float size is. I have these rearranged a little bit on the laptop, so I don't even have to scroll down. The key statistics are up higher because I'm not trading from the laptop, so I don't need them down there out of the way. So I can see right away on my laptop, okay, which stocks am I interested in? And then on my desktop on the 5.0, I just type in the ticker symbol. Let's say I want to trade AMC. I go right there, boom, click enter, and there it is on the chart. And one thing, another thing, sorry, about 5.0 that I've noticed is scaling in and out, zooming in and out on the charts, moving them around is much faster than the old Webull. You can see I'm just using my scroll wheel and how quickly I can zoom in and out of the chart, so that's kind of nice. And then if you want to draw lines on the chart, you just click the right click button and you can get whatever chart or text or anything that you want on the chart. So that's that. Make sure that when you have charts opened up, you have this little grid button selected, and this is where you can select the number of charts you have. If you just want to look at one chart at a time, you can do that. If you want to look at 4 charts, click on that. If you want more than 4 charts, do this. So that little down arrow, and then just drag your cursor out there. Notice the AMC went away. That is one of the downsides that I'm seeing with this 5.0 version. If I want AMC back up there, I got to get it up again. If I go to less than 2 charts, if I go to 2 charts, AMC is still there. Right? If I go to 1 chart, AMC disappears, and then I go back to 2 charts, AMC's gone. So that's one little hiccup that I've noticed with 5.0, but it's not that big of a deal, because let me show you. Well, I'm not going to be able to show you right now, but let's pretend that I had a position open on AMC. If I go over here, I'm going to see it in this positions, and I can just click on it and it'll automatically pull it up on the chart. So that's that. So it's not that big of a deal. Let's go back to the 9 chart view. So this is how I have it set up, and I can have many ticker symbols up. It's nice to have all these charts up, because let's say I want to know, like, what's the SPY doing while I'm in a trade. I can open it up here. Now, here's another thing that I really like. You might not want to do it this way, but notice that I have time selected. So this syncs all the charts, so that if I change the time frame, if I go to 5 minutes, they all go to 5 minutes, right? And you want to have extended hour selected, of course, if you want to use support and resistance based off of the pre-market. So I can go to the daily chart. They all go to the daily, go back to 1 minute. That's that. So I think that's about it. Again, the orders, that's good to have up, just in case something glitches and you want to see, okay, what orders do I have out there? Maybe the bubbles didn't pop up. I haven't seen that yet with 5.0, but I have seen that in the old version happen once in a while. So it's good to have orders up there. Active trade, if you're using hotkeys, you definitely want to have this up here. If you want to adjust your settings in any of these things, but like let's say for active trade, I want to right click on it, click on active trade settings, and this is where I set up my hotkeys. I did have an issue earlier, and I'll show you that in the video, but I've since resolved it, and I'm still not sure like why it wasn't working then, but it's working now, and that's all that matters. But this is how I have my hotkeys set up. This is my settings for buy the ask, and this is how I get into a trade. And you can adjust the quantity to whatever you want, or you can go by percentage. That's what I'm going to do, later on once I have this test trading completed. And then sell bid, this is how I have the sell bid, and just set it to quantity 100%, and it'll sell all your shares. I rarely use this key though, because I use bracket orders. So when I enter this hotkey to buy the ask, I automatically get a stop loss and a take profit order. I throw them out there very wide at minus 10% and plus 20%, and then I can just drag them on the chart. You'll see that in the video, to the exact profit target and stop loss that I want based on my 2R calculator. So that's that. And then positions, let's see. This is okay. Now look what's happening right now. I'm glad this is happening, because this did happen earlier too. It wasn't really so much an issue while I'm trading, but that's one thing I've noticed. Now this could be a computer issue, because I know my internet is good today. At least earlier this morning I checked it and it was fine, and I was still having that problem. So again, I'm not apologizing for Webull. Maybe this is a Webull issue and they need to get their stuff together, with this 5.0 version. I don't know. But I want you to know that this computer that I'm trading with is from 2014. Okay, I have upgraded the RAM to its maximum capacity, which is 16 gigabytes. This is a pretty decent processor, but again, it's like 7 years old now. And this hard drive is not a solid state hard drive. This is an old school spinny thing, so that makes a difference, I'm sure. I think with a solid state hard drive, you're going to get a lot better performance out of Webull's platform, probably. So anyway, those are things that I just wanted to bring to your attention before we go throwing Webull under the bus. Now let's take a look at the live trades. So this is obviously Webull 5.0. Let's get to where it took me a while today to get my watch list set up because there was not a lot of low float stocks trading. MARA was the first one. And when I say low float, I'm talking lower float, not necessarily technically low float stocks. I look at anything with 100 million shares or less, or if it's the number one stock on the list by volume, it can be up to 500 million shares. So let's look at the first trade here, MARA. Coming up now. Again, this yellow line represents the high of the previous two sessions, so meaning the pre-market and the day before. If the price breaks out above that line, then I can look for a trade after a pullback. Once there's a pullback, then I just get in for the first 1 minute candle to make a new high, and that happens right here. So let me just see if I can get myself hovering over that candle. So right now I was seeing if this candle broke over that high, which would be 21.93. But it didn't, and let's see, when do I get over the next candle? Okay, right here. So 21.83 is the high of that candle that I'm hovering over right now. So I want to see 21.84 or better. You can see it immediately broke out over that candle. So I think I hit my hotkeys, yeah, right away. Now, I could swear that last night I set up the hotkeys already with the stop loss and take profit, but obviously something went wrong or I did something wrong. So obviously I just got my position out there, but I got the one share that I wanted because again, I'm just test trading. And plus with a new platform, even if I wasn't test trading right now, there's no reason you should be trading with more than one share until you feel 100% comfortable with a new platform. Notice I didn't even have my 2-hour calculator up. So, you know, this is the things that happen when you start changing things up. Things can go wrong very easily. So instead of trading with full or even half of your normal position size, just trade with one share. You're just getting the feel for things. You know, one day in the market isn't going to make or break your account, so you're not missing anything. So here I'm using my 2-hour calculator. I calculated my stop loss and my take profit. So here's what you do if something like this happens. Your hotkeys weren't set up properly or whatever, and you still want to have a bracket order. Let me just fast forward a little bit because I think I started to change my hotkeys before I did this, but here's how you do it. You left click on the little bubble. This is what I'm doing right now. I'm getting ready to left click on the little bubble, and you go to close by stop loss, take profit order. Now you can put in the bracket order after the fact. So here I am putting in my profit target 2307, and then I put in my stop price right there at 2139. Click on sell. And there it is. There's the bracket order. So now that trade is done with. I don't have to do anything. I can look for more trades to take. Well, in this case, I go over to Active Trader and I start messing with the settings. And you can see that I didn't have the stop loss or take profit order. So that's my fault. That's not Webull's fault. All right, so that's done now. And I click done, and that should be saved. So let's go to the next trade, which looks like MOSY, Mosy. This is another thing that I'm still working out. I think if I get enough, all these charts up here and close this out enough times that the moving average will not pop up every time I add a new stock, but we'll see. These are the little things that you work out when you're working with a new platform. All right, so here's what happened on Mosy. I missed my entry, which would have been, let me just pause it, which would have been for the break of this candle right here. So I noticed that I missed my entry, and my profit target definitely hasn't been hit because it would have to be 2 times the length of actually this candle. So there's no way it hit my 2-hour profit target. So I can still get back in as long as the price comes back down to where I would have entered. So let's fast forward a little bit because it does take a little bit, not that long, I guess. The price came down. Let's see. I'm just trying to show. Okay. So I think I got 1 cent above my ideal entry there. 447 was the break of this candle. I got in at 448, so that's pretty good considering, you know, that's kind of after the fact. Now, this is one of the glitches that I had that have since resolved, and I'll show you in the next video how I resolved it within this video. But so look what happened here. I'm in at 448. I had my stop loss set to 10%, and this is 431. That's only like 3%, I believe. So there's something really wrong there. And then the target was way above 20%. I think it was like 30%. So something happened there. I noticed it right away because the stop loss was way too close. So I was able to adjust it right away, but that could have been an issue. Again, if I was trading with full position size and I got stopped out, I probably would have been pretty upset about that. But again, that would be my fault because I am still working the bugs out on this new platform. So take responsibility for your actions when you are trading with a new system, a new platform, or what have you. It's up to you to figure these things out, not the platform. So now I am moving my, I've moved the stop to the appropriate level. I put my profit target out there. I'm trying to see what else I'm doing. I guess I was adding another widget. All right, so now we just have 2 trades going, and MOSY is about to stop me out where I want to get stopped out if the trade fails, right? So let's see if I got the, yeah, I got that right there on video. I get stopped, so my stop loss was at 411. I get filled exactly at 411. It should show you over here in just 1 second. It's telling me it canceled that profit target order. Well, I guess it didn't show me, but I can show you at the end of the video that that's where it filled me. So now my plan and my strategy says that as soon as a 1 minute candle makes a new high, I have to get back in. And the second trade is more likely to work out than the first. So I get back in. Kind of the same thing happens again with the stop loss. I think it was way too close. I believe it was still too close. But again, I fixed that since then, and I'll show you what's going on with that in just a moment. Let's just get through these trades. Again, using the 2-hour calculator, which you can download from the Facebook trading group by the same name. So there I am fixing the stop price again. Look at both of these trades are working out now. I got MOSY is about to hit my profit target, and so is MARA. So I've only lost 1 trade at this point, and these are the second and third trade still remaining, and this video is almost done. So there we go. MARA got filled at my 2-hour profit target. So not only a successful trade, these were all successful trades, but that one was green and this one was green as well. So 2 out of 3 is not bad, 66%, 67% win rate. So that means that I would have definitely been profitable today because my break even is 33%. Now let's look at the next video because I want to show you this was all between 9:30 and 10 a.m. So I came back later. I was thinking about, writing to Webull and trying to, let them know that, hey, your profit target and stop loss orders aren't working. But I said, you know what, let me go back, reopen it and do a couple of test trades just to test that out. That's what I did. And I didn't record when I entered this in, but I have another one right after this that I show you the full process. But I pressed record right after I got into the trade. This is where the profit target and stop loss were. I set it to 20% on the stop loss, thinking that, well, if 10% isn't working, maybe I need 20%, and then that'll get it far away from my entry. And then I realized, or next I tested what if I put it to 10%? Is it going to go where I want it to? And it did. So let me show you that in just a second. So that wasn't a trade I was planning on taking. So as soon as I was even in the green slightly, I just got out of it because it was just a test trade with a bracket order, not an attempt to make profit or to test a 2-hour trade or anything like that. So these aren't going on my spreadsheet, by the way, because this is just to test the orders. So MOSY is the next one I think I take a trade on after I set this. So you can see I had it at 20%. So now I'm setting it to 10% to see if that works, because that's where I want it to be set. So I go back to chart, and again, I get the little wheel of, the processing power is not quite there. I never had that with the old version, so that could be a version issue, or it could be, like I said, my computer, is so old. But I haven't had any issues with it with any of the other versions, so hopefully it's just a coding thing. So anyway, now I'm in this. Let me just show you where I got in. Okay, so I hit my hotkeys to get in right there, and you can see the orders pop up immediately at I think this is I calculated 8.9%, so it's roughly 10%. And same thing here, this is roughly 20%, so that's exactly what I want. And then I would move my stop loss up to the appropriate level. And my profit target, I just moved it up really tight since this was a test trade. I didn't really care about, a good 2-hour trade or anything like that. I just was checking for the profit target stop loss function. And so I got stopped out of that trade. No big deal. But I proved that the profit target and stop losses are working. So anyway, I think this video should be very helpful to any Webull trader out there, especially if you're newer or you're new to 5.0. I'm definitely encouraged by what I've seen today, even though I had some glitches earlier. They already seem to be resolved, as I've shown in this video. So, so far so good. The only thing that I worry about is that when I click from one thing to the other, I get that little kind of wheel of death thing from Windows. So, but that could be a computer issue. We'll see. So anyway, if you're not comfortable with your platform, whether it's Webull or some other platform, or it's a new version of the platform, do not trade with your full position size or even half your position size. Trade with 1 share or $1 or whatever you feel comfortable with losing if something goes wrong, because you haven't tested this out thoroughly yet. You need at least 100 trades or more before you are really proven profitable or at least comfortable with your platform. So anyway, let me know if you have any questions about these trades or about the Webull 5.0 platform. And as always, no matter what, go into every trade with a plan. Always take your stop losses, honor your profit targets, and in the long run, you should be green. Take care.